Sup everyone, I'm the cartoon physicist, and this is Noughtie, taking back the good, bad, and forgotten of New Millennium. Oh, yeah, I moved, by the way, which is why I'm not sliding in anymore. Can't really do that with a carpeted floor. Also, it's the show's 1 year anniversary!
Yes, it's been a whole year since I posted my very first video for the show, and now a long introduction/top 5 list. I eventually learned how to keep my videos shorter than that. But still, a whole year. A whole year since I included Steven Universe's number 2 of shows people avoid but are actually good.
And now the show has a fandom that's consuming the internet. Time can be funny when it wants to be.
Seriously though, a lot has changed. I got rid of that damn whiteboard because it kept falling off every 5 minutes. Got rid of that table too. One of its legs kept breaking. I fixed the ratio, but in turn created these weird black thingies and a tilted image because fixing the ratio caused the image to go upside down, making me turn it to a close enough position and zoom in on the image. Until I upgraded to HD. I fixed lighting, I learned how to speak more confidently and faster on camera and voiceover. Multiple takes helped. I became part of many websites, including Noughtie and Channel Zero. I gained new friends through the Rua community. I did over 5 crossovers, plenty of cameos, a few live streams if you include the ones in which my alternate real life self participated in, and a riff making fun of a holiday I don't even celebrate. Ah, you eat turkey on the 24th of November, that's hilarious.
And of course, we gained a new friend on the cartoon physicist Noughtie list, Mr. Whipplesworth. And here we are, celebrating the fact that I've managed to keep the show running for a whole year. For this special occasion, we're going to look at this chocolate bunny. You're going to watch me eat it for the entire video. Happy Easter!
What do you think you're doing?
Eating chocolate and pretending only good shows exist.
You can't just record yourself eating chocolate for the 1 year anniversary of your show.
Really? Seems easy to me.
As your boss,
You're not my boss. Bosses pay me. You just own one of the sites I'm on.
I paid you with a t-shirt. Okay, as your producer.
That's just an honorary title you told me to give you when I became a part of the site.
Okay, as a person with no power whatsoever, I order you to do the show.
But it's so bad. No, I'm not doing it. Theme song, theme song. I forgot something happens after the theme song. Might as well get over with. We're gonna look at Kung Fu Dino Posse. Makes sense. I mean, it is considered the sister show of Dino Squad, and that was the very first thing I reviewed. After the introduction episode, of course. Let me save you the trouble of waiting for what I think of the show overall. It's crap. Even the name of the show is crap. Kung Fu Dino Posse. That's not just the title, that's literally what the characters within the show call themselves without any shame. It might as well be a big eyesore of a neon sign saying, "Stay away, my sheeness will hurt your eyes and ears for life." I mean, what kind of a diabolical, creativity-deprived production company of patronizing, dollar-sign-eyed, yuppie wannabes/deadbeats in suits with coke-fried brain slush came up with that bullshit?
Alright, men. Disney and Cartoon Network are beating us out with their Phineas and Foster or Forbes Home for something or other. We need a big moneymaker, and preferably something with no effort put into it. We can do what we always do and rip off one of those shows, or we can rip them both off and combine them. Nah, the loser fan bases of both those shows would realize it in an instant.
I got it! We can rip off an older show and we'll hide it under the guise of a parody!
I like the way you think. Let's check the list of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle rip-off titles. Let's see. Adolescent crime-fighting aardvarks. Nah. Preteen mystery-solving twins. Nah, that'll never catch on. Wait, this is it. Kung Fu Dino Posse. The kids love that hot, hipping, rapping music. Think of the toys. We're gonna be rich! You're fired. There, we did your dumb sketch. Now will you please tell me where that second Shaqry cube is hidden?
Dude, isn't it obvious? It's underneath Mr. It's hat.
Wait, what? We've been bamboozled!
Kung Fu Dino Posse is a Canadian, South Korean, Singaporean, German animated series produced by Cookie Jar Entertainment Inc., formerly Dick Entertainment. Yes, I know it's pronounced Dick, but knowing what they made most of the time, nothing will stop me from calling them Dick. Sunwoo Entertainment, Sunwoo Asia Pacific, Optics Entertainment, and Nerd Studios. Man, so many production companies and they still messed it up. And created by Peter M. Lenkov, also the creator of the comic book series R.I.P.D. Now everything's starting to make sense. It lasted one season with 40 episodes with around 24 minutes each. Yes, Bounty Hamster didn't get 40 episodes. The Strangerers didn't get 40 episodes. Sam and Max Freelance Police didn't get 40 episodes. Pushing Daisies didn't get 40 episodes. Bloody Firefly didn't get 40 episodes. The mess we're about to see did, because we live in a messed up world and they all aired on CITV from 2009 to 2010.
So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. There is no escape from it. Kung Fu Dino Posse.
Some heroes are made, others are defrosted. This is their story.
Clearly, this is my only option.
What is that? My non-existent ears bleed to the sound!
The ginger quality Justin Bieber's lyrics by Francis.
You know, some years white kids just shouldn't do drugs, and this is a good example why.
Oh, God, why?
What? Oh, no!
Oh no, the torture. How horrible this music is. If only there's a way to cancel this music properly.
Oh God! Oh, it's worse than listening to Hammerman! Oh God, make it stop!
Did they just fucking say Kung Fu Dino Pussy? That's the type of shit that the cinema snob would review.
But before we talk about what the show claims to be characters, let's discuss the noise that would make Arthur Denton come his pants non-stop.
First, we have a rap that proves to us Urkel should never have a rap career. Every now and then we're bombarded with voices that don't belong together at all. They rip off Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles some more. The song just downright fails at humor. And now the instruments used for this song are crying for even being part of this theme song.
Even if you did manage to get through the theme song, you would still have to endure the characters.
First we have Kane, the T-Rex, because of course the leader always has to be the most popular animal of its species. And yeah, he's just that, the leader. Well, I'll give them a microscopic bit of credit that they gave Kane some other personality traits. But they make him more of a caricature than a character. He's a stick-in-the-mud bookworm, treated as the out-of-touch old man of the group, even though he's just as old as the other dinosaurs who oddly know quite a bit about modern times. Kane is more stubborn when it comes to technology and modern stuff in general. It's like watching your grandpa trying to figure out how to use a computer mouse. Also, he's a hypocrite. Come to think of it, Kane acts more like a villain than a hero by being so obnoxiously proud of his dinosaur heritage that he undoubtedly believes that dinosaurs are superior, always referring to us humans as inferior.
You could defend this as a character flaw to be addressed and gradually fixed over time. You know, character development. As if the writers know what character development is.
They do none of that. Kane's hammy villain attitude towards humans is treated as a joke. I felt like he was going to turn against the humans at a drop of a hat. For crying out loud, his name is Kane. I'm surprised that hasn't even happened. You may have noticed that I didn't mention the voice actors of the show, including Kane's voice actor. Well, they didn't do anything worthwhile afterwards, most likely because this show being on the resume might as well be a toxic waste stain. Plus, Kane has 2 voice actors.
You may be thinking, that's not a big deal. Characters have multiple voice actors on the same show all the time in case the original voice actor can't make it. Like Paul Winchell and Jim Cummings, who both voiced Tigger on the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. That's true. But at least shows like that one cast understudies who can actually imitate the character's original voice.
How can you just stand by and let this atrocity occur?
411, are you hearing yourselves? We're dinosaurs, not a gyrating ensemble of hippity-hoppity stomping around.
I believe you mean hip-hop?
Whatever.
They only replaced the original voice actor a few times, but oh my god, it was so damn obvious. This high level of laziness is downright miraculous. Wouldn't really matter anyway since the original voice actor wasn't any good to begin with. He never says a single line right. Every word he says is just awkward heroic shouting. Likely done as a joke, but it's not funny. Its annoyingness is distracting. There's Jet, the pterodon, which is not even a dinosaur, and the youngest, which in bad Saturday morning cartoon terms means he's the radical one. There is really nothing else to him. All the characters are pretty much one-dimensional cutouts. He's essentially this guy.
Flip-a-dip-dip! I hate him so much!
He's the embodiment of everything dated on the show. I don't mean just dated today. I also mean during the time the show was made. And everything on the show is dated. It's as though the show is trying to be hip to kids. Kids from 1993. look at those clothes. The stilted dialogue could have used Andrea Romano's touch, even though she wouldn't be caught dead on that show. They even have a horribly cheesy concert like the Ninja Turtles. Everything about this show is dated.
I mean, listen to these dinosaur-themed early 90s style catchphrases. It's no wonder Jet, of all people, came up with some of them.
The series even tried to show that they're with it and rip off Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles some more by having a rapper do an improvised rap about the dinosaurs, letting that character be the main point of the episode. Now, I'm not a fan of hip-hop or rap, but even I know that this is not how you portray a rapper.
Pick it up, oh yeah. I said boom, yeah. I said P to the O to the SSD. Rap, rapping and tapping with a tip tap tapping it too. Let's screen it.
There's Lucy, the Triceratops, and, well, the girl. Yeah, she's just there to be the token girl.
I said she's just there to be the token girl. I said she's just there to be the token girl. Her gender is her only character trait.
You have too many cameos already.
Yes, I'm allowed.
She's right. According to Internet Reviewer Law 61, Section 6, Subsection 12, a reviewer can have as many cameos as he or she wants, as long as the video in question is an anniversary special, a special celebrating a certain number of episodes, or a musical extravaganza.
Do you have any idea how fucking stupid it is to have a token girl? We have to have a bunch of dudes and then just this one lone girl who just happens to be there because she's the smurfette of the group. Can you imagine what freaking Buffy the Vampire Slayer would look like if they were all dudes except for one chick? And it's not even Buffy, it's some random rando character that only shows up for 3 seconds. I don't know, that Dracula. If Dracula was a fucking token girl in that series, Jesus Christ. You have any idea how fucking stupid that sounds? For God's sake, if you're gonna be a token girl, at least be badass about it. Or, how about this? How about we don't have token girls anymore? How about we have a mixed group? If you have a group of 5 people, have 3 chicks, or no. You know what you do? You have 2 chicks, 2 dudes, and you have 1 transgendered person. There you go. Everybody's represented. Have 1 Asian, have 1 black guy, have 1 black chick, have 1... Oh, wait, we have to make room for white people, apparently, because white privilege, whatever. Fuck it. You know what? Just represent everybody who isn't white or male. How about that?
The writers didn't know how to write a female character, so they just made her follow every stereotype regarding women and girls. She watches soap operas, swoons over good-looking boys, is disgusted by the male character's antics, likes to go shopping, wears pink. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind feminine female characters, even though I'm not into many feminine stuff myself. The problem is Lucy's femininity is treated as a negative, and the writers didn't give her any other personality traits that would have given her more depth. They just went with the default, the standard, that sort of thing. Apparently, Lucy's vagina-owningness was so bad that giving her 1 female friend makes her girliness take over the dinosaurs' headquarters and mess everything up. It doesn't last long, her friend was a robot. But you get my point though, right? The team only has 1 girl because it's assumed that all girls are like that and that femininity is only a weakness. This is a manly show with dinosaurs, and there is no way a show with more emphasis on females and femininity can be a kick-ass empowering action show. That'll be the day. Ha ha ha, Snooty laugh, ha ha ha.
And finally, the last member of the posse. Chow. Now, I saved him for last. of the dinosaur protagonist at least. Not because he's an utterly loathsome character, but because of how he was treated.
I don't like the character. Chow the Stegosaurus is just a typical, gentle yet dumb giant who eats a lot, and apparently humans generally think he's charismatic. But these dumb humans don't even do anything when they see dinosaurs right in front of them, so I won't follow their lead. But there was something they did to him that made me yell at the screen for minutes on end. Okay, so Chow is seen as the weirdo of the group because he likes tacky knickknacks, herb gardens, arts and crafts, lost pony movies, and beauty pageants. There's an episode in which Chow has to enter a beauty pageant dressed as a woman to get this crystal that the villain's after. If you think this has anything to do with hatred of drag jokes, it doesn't. I don't mind most of them. I'm okay with them in Looney Tunes because Elmer Fudd is a big enough idiot to fall for it, therefore we laugh at his idiocy. I don't mind it in Mrs. Doubtfire because it was for a heartwarming purpose and we laugh at all the close calls. I don't mind it in Tootsie because the movie involved learning about the double standards and sexism women go through, and we also laugh at the close calls as well as the dramatic irony. But the main reason why drag jokes work most of the time is because the male character who has to wear the women's clothing is doing it involuntarily. He's not enthusiastic about it. Therefore, we laugh at the humiliation, not the clothes themselves or anything else related to cross-dressing. The character gets why people would be laughing at him. He didn't even want to be in that situation in the first place and isn't really hurt because he just wants to get whatever it is over with. A mutual understanding, really, in a way.
Here's when things get downright despicable. The other dinosaurs didn't make jokes about him because Chow has to cross-dress. They repeatedly insulted him because he liked wearing women's clothing.
All the dinosaurs, even Lucy, make non-stop asshole asides throughout the episode about how weird it is that Chow likes wearing women's clothing and likes being in beauty pageants because those are feminine things to do and he's not following restrictive gender norms. Lucy has to enjoy this. Something's wrong with Chow if he does because he has a big red dinosaur dick. You know, that sort of logic. I mean, come on. A show that outstayed its welcome was more mature about the double standards of gender norms.
If boys did more girl stuff, then girls would be able to do more boy stuff.
Then again, you probably think this was part of the moral of the episode. The dinosaurs had to learn acceptance and whatnot, right? Nope. The episode had some half-assed lap-together moral about popularity or some other bull like that. This show is terrible when it comes to life lessons. The episodes say they have them, but they never really execute them. For instance, in one episode, the half-assed moral was something about being a good leader, but Jet only solved the brainwashing bug problem by being an annoying douchebag to his brainwashed teammates. Nothing in that solution involved leadership. My point is, the dinosaurs acted like ignorant bitching jerks, not because they were going to learn the error of their ways, but because it was all a joke. The writers didn't have the brains or the energy to come up with any real clever jokes that would actually be regarded as witty or just plain good, so they scraped the bottom of the barrel for the most vile, moronic, mean-spirited jokes that only they would crack up laughing at, not even having the brain capacity to realize the possible implications and consequences. Ugh, I hate this show!
Who cares about chocolate? I need alcohol.
The posse's job is to protect Megalopolis, the city of giant blue dildos, which is either in the future because people are wearing what we think they're going to wear in the future, pretty much Back to the Future Part 2 all over again, or an alternate dimension that I'm certainly not going to visit anytime soon. They unfortunately put it upon themselves to stop the villainous brothers from accomplishing their goal of forming an army and taking over the world using the sinister dino expander that turns crystals into mutant dinosaurs, or unleashes mutant dinosaurs from the crystals. It's not very clear. Yeah, if I were a supervillain, I would want to be taking tips from both Velocity and Dr. Dinosaur. You're just begging to fail. Only the Kung Fu Dino Posse can save the day with the fossilator, which does what else? Turn the mutant dinosaurs into fossils. Kinda. Okay. Turning mutant dinosaurs into fossils, I get. It requires a bit of suspension of disbelief, but I get it. Turning a giant robot into a wind-up toy, however? Well, how does that work? Anyway, and of course, they also saved the day with Kung Fu. That they learnt from Cable, and I don't mean the badass heterosexual life partner of Deadpool kind. That's just as bad as repto-humanoid rat Splinter thoroughly learning, mastering, and teaching ninjutsu from a poorly made simplistic ninjutsu handbook written entirely in Japanese.
That's right, people. This show is following Michael Bay logic. Man, it's been a long time since I used this beauty. I better put it away before I break it.
Then again, they contradict this by saying once that they were using something called Dino Fu. I guess even the writers, creators, and whoever knew it'd be a stupid idea to call the show Dino Fu Dino Posse. But they did still call the show Kung Fu Dino Posse.
Though it's hard to believe the dinosaurs were even able to save the world at all. They're idiots.
Swingy stick!
Wavy wave!
Flying sticky knobs! What pokey thingamajig?
The heroes are just plain stupid and gullible, falling for every disguise and trick the villains come up with. Hell, they fail at everyday stuff that a toddler would have figured out on his own. For instance, in one episode, Jet doesn't realize his teammates have been brainwashed until Edgar, the human sidekick, told him minutes later. Before then, he confused him for an Egyptian mummy. They're that stupid. Seriously, listen to this.
I wonder what her name is.
Larry?
It's a girl, child.
Oh, Lirette? We defrosted you, Lirette.
Leela.
I think that's Spanish for hello. Lila hombre, mio nemo is a Jetterino. Buongiorno. I saw it on educational television.
Dumbass!
The writers probably made them that stupid to make the villain seem more threatening, which doesn't work. Meet Score and Scrap, our villains and raptors. No, not that kind of raptor. This show seems to get its idea of what raptors are like from Jurassic Park. Or Dr. Dinosaur.
You already did a Dr. Dinosaur reference. Enough's enough.
Too late. It's my anniversary special, and I can... Holy crap, was that Atomic Robo?
Moving on, Score's campiness is just too much even for a show that's supposedly a comedy. If he was voiced by Tim Curry, maybe it would have worked, but even on a comedy action show, you've got to show why the villain himself, not just his mutants and technology, is such a big threat. Giving him spikes, sharp teeth, and a cape won't help, especially when he always fails. I know, it's a kid's action cartoon, the villain always has to fail, but Score and his brother do it so spectacularly. Kinda surprising when these idiots are the ones stopping him. Not that surprising, since he's only evil because no one came to his birthday party. Come on, Dr. Doofenshmirtz had better backstories. Sure, one of them involved a birthday with no friends, but at least some of the other backstories balance it out. And now that I think about it, the villains are pretty dumb too. These are the guys that never realized Jet was pretending to be brainwashed, if you call barely trying pretending.
I'm not a Power Rangers fan, but even to me, Score and Scrap are just Bulk and Skull rather than actual effective antagonists.
Want to know how utterly moronic Score is? He apparently had a crystal all along that the posse had no idea about and was saving it for a rainy day rather than actually use it to take over the world.
Oi, Snakehead. Here's an idea on how you could build your army of themed dinosaurs that are meant to be funny but are actually really repetitive and stupid. Instead of turning one crystal into a insert Namosaurus or whatever raptor, as soon as you see the posse coming after you, thereby wasting your giant monster early, hoard them. Yeah, the moment you find a crystal, immediately take it back to your lair and squirrel it away like you did with that one crystal. You keep doing that with every crystal you find, and then once you feel you have enough for your army, blast them all with your dino expander at once, and ta-da! Giant mutant dinosaur army! And if the posse somehow miraculously defeated all of your giant mutant monsters playing dress up, repeat the process again with the crystals you didn't find, so you can have a backup army and give yourself time to figure out what went wrong the first time. Sure, it requires a lot of patience, but you have the time to work out everything, and it's a lot more efficient than what you've been doing the whole time. And again, the writers likely don't even know how to spell efficiency.
You could say that would end the show much sooner, a mercy killing really. Or it could actually make Score more of a menacing, calculating threat, break the status quo and give the heroes an actual challenge. Make this show good before it's too late. But no, the writers find that too hard. Score did manage to defeat the heroes once by making the human sidekick Edgar believe the 4 dinosaurs were a chicken, a donkey, a pig, and a hamster the whole time, getting humans to put them in a zoo rather than a petting zoo or a pet shop for some reason. The fact that the humans fell for this proves how stupid they are in the alternate world. There's also his brother Scrap, who is just another idiot henchman with a goofy voice and sometimes the cause of Score's plans messing up. Score just uses him as a major part of his schemes because that won't lead to disaster at all. He mainly does this by either putting him in a flimsy disguise or use a machine to change his shape. However, he never really uses the machine at the right times, like when Scrap needed to go undercover at a girls-only beauty pageant or pretend to be a human grandson. Score could have used the machine to turn Scrap into a human female or male, but nope, just a wig and a dress for the pageant and absolutely no disguise for the times he visited the grandma. And no human realized what was going on. Scrap, of course, isn't as evil as Score. He even formed a friendship with the old cranky, living running gag, Mrs. Dimplecorn. That only lasts 1 episode. And then we have the Lynx. No, not those Lynx. That's from a good show. I'm talking about Score's minions. Not much to them either. They look like melted lizards, have the brains of melted lizards, and will do whatever person says as long as they give them taquitos and they cluck like chickens because they're chicken.
Get it? Don't worry, the show won't let you forget.